Wait. I don't sit right here. Ow. I'm not ready to keep it dark. I have a headache. Tell you. I'm keeping it dark. Dark, I tell you.
Dark.
Yep.
Or we live.
Yeah.
Hi guys. I know I'm not in the camera.
She's cold.
Yeah, I am cold, and I'm gonna get myself a drink because I'm gonna need one. I'm definitely not putting anything other than soda in here. Thank God.
Oh. Do you have it on your phone or you're gonna have it on your tablet?
I'm gonna have it on my phone.
Oh, okay. Where are you sitting? Are you sitting over on this side?
I'm sitting on the other side.
Right in the middle.
Are you wearing
it's just
your
weird.
Mr. Fantastic?
Yeah, you have to sit over here because it's weird. I can't do this.
If you can't see, the dog has
Yeah.
decided to leave. Oh. Now she's looking at me as if I've pissed her off. Okay.
Oops, hey. Knocked over your narcotics.
No, those are not my narcotics. My narcotics are hidden away.
Oh.
Sorry, guys. I'm a little out of it. I worked an overnight shift.
Earthquake!
I think I forgot to take it when I got home. I'll take it again.
Wait. Again?
I will take it because I don't think I took it this morning.
Wait.
Sorry, my bad.
I do have my clipping.
I fell asleep in my jeans, if that gives you any idea about how...
Earthquake. Look, a hand.
Oh, we are on one. So Michelle is usually off Monday, and she went into work today.
5-1.
Yeah. So
Yay me.
She did a 5-1. I did an overnight. I was there from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Technically 6:30ish because I was trying to put signage up. But we didn't have all the parts. All right. Yeah, let me fix that.
Okay, need to know how many y'all like our new stuff.
Our new logo.
Yes, Mr. Fantastic is joining us today.
Okay. You chose a really bad one for Pedro Pascal to experience.
Well, he's one of the nominees for Sexiest Man Alive, so I'm trying to put out the juju, the good vibes, because if he gets that, Angela, I want that magazine.
I can tell you one thing about Joe Metheny. He was not the sexiest man alive.
That's a good thing. You just can't replace this. But yeah. Oh, heads up. Got a nice little surprise at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say it right now. But a nice little surprise at the end that has to do with our channel.
Yeah.
That y'all will find out afterwards.
Also, I know I said I didn't want to do any more old-timey cases. I had terrible planning. I did 2 old-timey cases back to back. I did our Thanksgiving case, and I am typing up the first case in December, which is, you guessed it, an old-timey case.
Mm-hmm.
It starts in 1909. It is a doozy. It is a long one.
Sorry if I'm crunching. I have a headache. I'm eating ice to help.
So, we're in
tired.
November now.
I know. What the frick?
I know. I thought it was still October, and I read my script, and I said, so we're in November now. And I was like, no, we're not. Yes, we are.
What the November?
And I wanted to do a serial killer that believes in the spirit of giving. So we're going to be talking about Joe Metheny. We're going to begin this case. So this case begins officially on December 15th, 1996. 2 years before I was born.
I was 16.
Yeah. We're going to start kind of at the end and then go from there, and we're going to backtrack. So we're going to start off when Baltimore police find the body of 23-year-old Kimberly Spicer. She had been buried under a trailer on the property of a pallet factory in the city's southwest.
They were diving right into it, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Later that day, police arrested a
Messing
suspect,
around.
Joseph Roy Metheny. He actually lived and worked on that pallet factory at the time. And after their arrest, they began to connect him to other murders of women in the Baltimore areas. So they didn't even realize that the murders were connected.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't until after they arrested him that they were like, oh, these are actually connected.
You're echoing.
Oh, that's not.
Okay.
This is only so a fraction of the things he confessed to. He confessed to a bunch of terrible stuff. I will also say he did stuff that admit to doing stuff that he didn't actually do. So he tried to say like, "Oh, I did this, and then I didn't," and
Took
then
credit for it.
and then yeah, but it never actually happened. Part of the reason, like for example, there's something that comes up in here, and I warn you, it is unintentional cannibalism.
Okay.
It's kind of the same as with the tea cakes in our soap maker of Correggio.
Yep.
He said that he did that. People are questioning whether he actually did that. But there are people who say that they did experience some of it. And we'll see later on what that is. To me, and also to me, him admitting that he did stuff to people that he never actually did is kind of more disturbing than him actually doing it.
Okay.
That just gets under my skin. I don't know about you.
I mean, I'll give give me time to think about it.
It give you time to think about it. Okay.
Because I think why would you take credit for something that you say you did but you didn't do?
I think that's why it's so disturbing to me, is because how can you take credit for something that you didn't do, but get joy from like people being like, "Oh my gosh, you did this."
You're getting him attention.
Yeah.
There, I felt naked without my table.
Joe Metheny was a big dude. Like, remember how Ed Gwynn was like, not Ed Gwynn. Edmund Kemper was like 6'3".
Yeah.
And was like 200 and something pounds.
Yeah.
Joe Metheny was 6 feet tall and at one point 450 pounds.
Jeez.
So he was a giant man. So that's just like a little summary into who he is. If you look up a photo of Joe Metheny, I'm actually going to look it up and show her the photo. If you look up a photo of Joe Metheny, there is a famous photo that kind of is just terrifying. If you want to, this photo.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Imagine that man.
Wow.
Killing you.
He's a pretty big dude.
He's a pretty big dude, and also I would be terrified if I was a woman in his victim's position. Yeah, you would. So Joseph Roy Metheny was born March 2nd, 1955 in Baltimore, Maryland. He was one of 6 kids, and he was born to Audrey Earl and Jean Metheny. He claimed after his arrest he had a terrible childhood, and that he lived in a very abusive home. He said that he was neglected and abused by his parents, and he claimed he was shuffled from house to house. His mother, on the other hand, said that that was not the case, that instead he had a very normal childhood. His mother said that if he was neglected, it was his own fault. So that kind of puts me on a little bit of the wariness of what she's saying when it comes to it. That's just to me. If like somebody is like, "Oh, I was neglected as a child," and the parent goes, "Well, if they were neglected, it was their own fault."
Yeah.
Yeah. His mother, there is also no record that he was shuffled from home to home. In fact, none of his siblings have record of being shuffled around. Um, and also, there is no record that social service or CPS was called.
Mm.
When he was younger, he did live in West Virginia, and that is where Joe's dad worked as a laborer. And he was the only form of income they had. Can you imagine only needing one form of income to pay for you, your wife, and your 6 kids?
It'd be freaking great.
That'd be nice.
It would be amazing. John and Justin could work.
We say hope.
We-
That'd be nice. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would still work, but I'd be like
Yeah.
part-time because I could never
Me neither.
sit at home.
I have to do something. I mean, I have a whole lot of crafty stuff. I'd be all right, but then I'd probably be like, I gotta do something else. I can't be
Crafting all day. Yeah, I
can't
would.
be crafting all day. Or
I
every
would
day.
definitely.
I mean, you guys would probably see us like 5 days out of the week, Monday through Friday.
Yeah, you would. We would be annoying.
You'd get tired of us.
Yeah, exactly. This was not to last. His dad did die when he was 6 years old in a car accident.
Ooh.
There are reports his dad was drunk.
Hi, Thomas.
Hi, Thomas. There were reports that his dad was drunk, but there's not much to say that he was drunk when the accident happened. So left with 6 kids, his mom had to work multiple jobs to care for them. And that might have been where the shuffling around came from and what he was talking about when he was shuffled from home to home.
Because babysitters, you think?
Babysitters, family members, things like that. And just one thing is, Joe is a liar, a very well-known liar. He likes to tell stories.
Okay.
She worked hard to make sure. So his mom made sure to work hard, so all the kids had what they needed. She was quoted saying, "It was very hard on me. I had to work to support the family, and I did everything I could to keep my kids together." Now, by most accounts, all the neighbors and friends all claim he had a normal childhood. He was a good student, and he didn't struggle in school, and he wasn't a troublemaker.
What?
I don't know what that is. Oh, it says number 1.
Oh.
I
Say
think
number 1 is it lipstick?
I don't know.
I think that's lipstick.
I thought it was a number 1. I don't know.
Is that lipstick, Thomas?
I can't. Okay.
You're baffling us.
I'm sorry. I got distracted. So he didn't get in trouble at school with the teachers or police.
Yeah.
And to tell you how much he lies, the story he tells is that he only made it to grade school.
Yeah.
Number 1. There was a number 1. He didn't get in trouble with the teachers or police. He didn't get in trouble at school with the teachers or
She
police.
lost her train of thought.
Yeah. And to tell you how much he lies, the only thing he tells people he only made it to grade school and then dropped out, and then he received a high school equivalency test. He did his GED.
Oh, okay.
He also told everyone his parents were dead, and that was something he did a lot. Even when he was being prosecuted, he told the prosecutors my parents are dead. Even though that was not the case.
One was because died in a car accident when he was 6.
But his mom was still very much alive. And he did graduate high school. But he was telling everyone he only made it to grade school.
He's literally a fabricator.
And you will find that even when they are arresting him and they have like all the evidence in front of him, he lies about the stories, about what happened. Even when the police were involved in it, he was lying about it. It's weird.
Well, they always say you're gonna start with one lie, then you gotta build 3 more to make it believable.
Exactly. So that was not the case. He made it all the way through school, and prosecutors found out he was lying when reporters found his mom. So the prosecutors were like, "Oh, his mom's dead too," and then the reporters were like, "Nah, psych. His mom's not dead. She's very much alive." She's in the
audience.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
When he turned 18 in 1973, he joined the army and he was stationed in Germany. Mm-hmm. Joe claims that was not the case. that he was actually sent to Vietnam in the final years of the war, and that he spent 2 years studying physics and serving in the artillery unit.
Okay.
Um, and he claims it was then that he began struggling with heroin.
Mm.
That was not true. There is no evidence supporting that he went to Vietnam, even though he wasn't in Vietnam. So basically, there was no evidence saying he was in Vietnam. All the evidence points to the fact that he was in Germany. Now, I'm not saying there hasn't been times the military said somebody was in one place when they were in actually another,
Yeah.
but eh.
Who knows?
Joe's military time messed with him and the relationship with his family. When he was done with his service, he didn't talk to his mom for 10 years.
Hmm.
It is unclear as to why their relationship was so strained, and it is also unclear about when he moved from West Virginia to Baltimore, Maryland. But
Couldn't be
eventually,
because he lied a lot, would it?
yeah, maybe. But eventually, he was arrested in Baltimore, and police in 1988 for drug possession. So he was dealing with addiction at the time. There was actual truth in that most likely he did develop a drug addiction when he was in the military.
Hmm.
He was found guilty for that charge and fined $100.
$100.
Yeah,
Okay.
damn.
Right?
Money back in the day really went
Right.
far.
More than it does
Also,
now.
this is also, I will say, in the middle of Baltimore's crack and heroin crackdown.
Yeah.
Um,
You just
I
said
know.
it.
It was in the middle of their crackdown when it was going on, and how like it was really rough at the time in Baltimore. It was a lot of violence going on, a lot of drug use, um, and it was also very racial. So he was only getting fined $100, while a lot of people in the black community at the time were getting like life in jail.
Hmm.
It was very much an issue at the time.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people were like, all this is happening, all these drugs, this violence, all of this is happening in Baltimore. So when he's killing, it's almost like the perfect cover
Hmm.
because no one's paying attention. Because I will say, like many other serial killers, his victims were not affluent. They were white, but they were also drug addicts.
Hmm.
And so at the time, drug addicts, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Something happened, violence, a drug deal gone wrong. We're just going to ignore it. So it kind of gave him the perfect opportunity to cover up his kill.
Hmm.
Um. But yeah. So the arrest began a struggle of addiction and legal trouble that he stays in for almost all of his life. In 1988, he began working for Joe Stein and Sons, which is a company that makes and sells wooden pallets in Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay.
While employment record is a little bit of everywhere, he did always seem to have a job. Um, Most of the time, it was as a forklift driver.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Um, so while he worked for Joe Steins and Sons, he would disappear for long periods of time. But the owners had a soft spot for him, and they always hired him back. So he would just stop showing up for shifts for 2 weeks, come back, and be like, "All right, you're rehired.
Come on.
Come on back."
You silly Billigan.
He was described as a likable guy, and he was almost always hired back because people really liked him.
Hmm.
Um, After he was arrested, a coworker of his was quoted saying, "He was a joy, just kidding and carrying on. He made the day pass by." He was a personality hire, and as a personality hire, damn, that's
Ugh.
fucked up. You did a bad name on all of us. Um,
Yeah. Thanks, dude.
he was also said to have had a barbecue stand where he would sell pit beef, but also sandwiches that he would open on the weekend and sell on the side of the road. Um, so he's trying to kind of make money so he can continue his drug addiction.
Yeah.
I will say there is no like permit records of him having this like meat stand,
Yeah.
but it's not the first time somebody would open a food stand and not have the proper permits,
Yeah.
especially because he would only sell for a short period of time. It wasn't like an extended period of time. It was just to pop up on the weekend or pop up in the middle of the day whenever he needed extra income.
Yeah.
or whenever he had the money to buy the meat and stuff like that. He was also hoping that his housing. He was also while he was job hopping, his housing situation was also really bad. He was kind of homeless.
Mm,
So he would sleep on couches, stay at shelters, and stay at homeless encampments.
okay.
So when he was arrested, he was living in a small trailer that was on Stein and Sons property, the one where Kimberly Spicer was found.
Yeah.
Um, this is how close the trailer was to his work. He ran an extension cord from the Stein's main building to his trailer to power his stereo, television, and air conditioner.
Mm,
So it was close, close.
okay.
While the owners felt comfortable letting him stay on property, they kind of started regretting it as he continued to stay there in the mid 90s. They didn't think he would be staying that long. That is also when they began to notice changes in his personality. Because he was in jail for drug charges. When he
Mm,
was released after a year in jail, um, he disappeared, and they would, like I said, he would disappear and would hire him back. They hired him back, and that is when his coworkers noticed his change. They thought jail had changed him. He was drinking a lot. He was using drugs more. He was also hiring sex workers a lot, and he was just completely different than he was before. Um, he tried to be before he tried to be better, and now he just accepted that he couldn't better himself. He began to spiral after that year in jail, and he was just staying on property. Apparently, he made a 15-foot high barricade around the trailer made of pallets.
okay.
Yeah. He didn't just get his coworkers to like him; he also got strangers to like him. Well,
Words.
strangers to like him. Yeah.
Everybody's been having issues with words today, even at work.
He made friends a little bit of everywhere. According to Connie Snow, who worked at the Southside Bar in Baltimore, where Metheny picked up women and picked up one of his victims, she claimed he was well mannered, saying thank you and please all the time. He was a regular at the bar and he would go there to drink, play pool, and hang out there. And Connie Snow, the woman I mentioned earlier, her sister was actually murdered by Joe in 1996 just to show his level of manipulation.
Wow.
So that's her describing him knowing that he killed her sister.
Oh, wow.
Um he was that kind of person. She didn't get the vibe that he was a killer.
Mm,
So much of Joe's personal history and confession is really hard to tell what is truth and what is lie. By his own record, his criminal history began in 1976 when he accidentally killed a man in a bar fight in Baltimore.
mm, okay.
The killing was followed by the murder of two sex workers in 1988 and 1989. Now, there are stories that connect a little bit to these. There are cases that connect a little bit to these, but something important to remember is Baltimore was at the height of being a major criminal city in Maryland. It
Okay.
was struggling with the crack epidemic. There's a lot of issues happening. And so there's no real way to connect it to him.
Yeah.
And for all we know, he just read the stories and said, I did
I mean, he's lied about everything
them.
else.
Yeah.
So why not throw that mix in there?
Yeah. The police did try to connect them and identify them, but they couldn't. So, Joe Metheny's first documented murder was on February 22nd, 1994, and that is when he killed 28-year-old Tony Lynn in Garcia. He targeted her because she was struggling with addiction herself. She hadn't been seen by her family since November of the previous year, but according to her dad, she was trying to get clean for months leading up to her death. Apparently, she was working really hard to better herself and do better.
Hmm.
A couple days after her death, police found her body dumped in the Interstate 95 in Baltimore. When they examined her, they found she had been essayed, stabbed, and strangled. He did wait a couple of months before he killed again, and that was in July of 1994, when he killed 39-year-old Catherine Magaziner. Like Tony, she struggled with addiction most of her life, and she had a couple of arrests, and most of them were for sex work. According to Metheny, on the evening, because he didn't really say what he did to. I couldn't find what he had done to Tony Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't. There was no accounts. Like there was. I couldn't find like any of his testimony. But he did testify what he did to Catherine. So, according to Metheny, on the evening of July 2nd or 3rd, he met Catherine or Kathy as people knew her. He convinced her to come back to his trailer on Stein's lot and they made a transaction. Once they were there, he said they had sex while she was partially clothed. Um, but I'm gonna warn you, this is awful.
Yeah.
Uh,
Overhead light on.
okay,
Because it's starting to get. Are we crooked?
I think we're a little crooked.
It's like driving me nuts.
I think we are a little crooked.
We're just a tad crooked, right? I just think that we're like, nope.
Yeah, that way.
I want to go this. That, yeah.
Yeah, that works.
That was driving me nuts. We look like we're on an ocean liner or some shit. We still look crooked. Maybe it's my fault. Whatever. Who cares? Keep going.
Yeah. So,
it's like, whatever.
I will say this is really messed up.
We look straight there, just not there.
He said in his confession he wouldn't say if the sex was consensual or not, and he wouldn't say if it was transactional. So he goes, it was a transaction, and then he goes, I had sex with her, but I can't tell you if it was consensual or not. So I will say his later behavior is also very aggressive, so it does lean to the fact that it was not so much consensual. He does not like being told no, so I'm not inclined to believe him. He said an hour after they got into the trailer together, he said he attacked Catherine, choking her out with his hands until she passed out. Once she was out, he proceeded to tie an extension cord around her neck and strangle her to death with it.
Okay.
He then dragged her body to a wooden area about 40 feet away from the trailer and buried her in a shallow grave.
Oh, wow.
So when he was done burying her, he went through her purse, took the money out, and he gathered up her clothes and the purse and took them to different areas of the woods and buried them in several small holes, covered them in dirt, and left. He was not done with Kathy as of yet. A couple months after burying her, he exhumed her and he told the police, I dug it up and took the head out. I just took the head and threw it in a box in the trash.
Good God.
The part that I find the most disturbing in that content, in that comment, is calling Kathy an it.
Like she's a human.
And she was until he killed her. But I took it. I took its head. You took her head, not it.
English didn't work well for him.
2 years later, when police exhumed her body, they found he had taken part of her head and had taken the mandible. So he took it from the top of the teeth up.
Oh, okay.
So he didn't like take her
the whole
thing. He just took that part up.
Oh, wow.
And also because it was a couple months later, it's probably because the body was decaying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Surprised animals didn't find it. It depended where they were.
It was on the company property, so there's a fence around it probably. So you can kind of tell now he has a type. There's a victim type he has.
Yeah.
But he deviated in the summer of 1995. He was living in a large, informal, unhoused community, and it was under the Hanover Street Bridge in Baltimore, Maryland. In court's documents, it is described as a lawless community where knives, axes, and other weapons were kept. Among the men living there, there were two 33-year-old men, Randall Brewer and Randy Piker. There was a dispute among them and Joe, and so he bludgeoned the two to death on the evening of August 2nd with a woodcutter's axe.
Okay.
He then piled the two bodies on an old mattress on one of the darker parts of the camp and just covered them with a blanket and trash and whatever he could find. Now, he didn't hide the bodies too well because they were discovered a couple of days later and he was arrested and tried in a court for the murders. But in July of 1996, a jury acquitted him of the charges because the evidence was not sufficient. It indicated he was not the actual subject. The jury believed that based off the evidence, another man named Cowboy killed them. But then they found the axe, and it was found in the possession of a man named Larry Amos. And he had stolen the axe from someone and used it to kill another man, Edward Dowell.
Okay.
So that's like giving you just like a brief little glimpse into what it was like at the time. So Metheny is being charged for the murder,
Right.
and they go, no, I think the evidence points to another man named Cowboy.
Even though you have a ton of evidence sitting right there.
Yeah. And then they find the axe that killed the two, but it was being owned by a man named Larry Amos. And Larry was like, nah, I stole it from another man. And I used that axe to kill Edward Dow.
Okay.
So, like, it's
Too many hands are in the pot.
There's a lot of going on. There was a lot of murder. There was a lot of chaos at this time. Kind of giving Joe a perfect opportunity to have that good victim.
Yeah.
When he was arrested in 1996, he claimed he murdered those men, and he claimed it's because he wanted $300 that was rumored to be owned by one of them.
Mm.
When he was arrested, he also claimed to drown a man from the same area in the river. The police were never able to find a body to prove that. So he basically said, "Yeah, I killed those two men, and I also drowned a man in the river, but the police never found a body in the river."
Okay. More lies.
Yeah. So
He's making a dang old banquet table.
yeah.
It's all the
So
lies.
he waited only 4 months after his acquittal before he lied before he killed again.
Yeah.
Now, on the evening of November 11th, 1996, 23-year-old Kimberly Spicer got in an argument with her mom.
Okay.
And sadly, it is said she struggled with drug addiction, and her brother had actually passed away from a heroin overdose the previous week.
bad.
And her mom were in an argument, and her mom said, "We argued a lot." Kimberly's mom said they would fight, and Kimberly would leave the home, but she would always come back. That night, she left the house and went to a Southside bar where she ran into Joe. And this is based off of his confession.
Mm.
He convinced her to go back to his trailer for sex, and when they got there, he stabbed her 26 times in the face and neck
Jeez.
with a black handled knife. He then claimed to wrap her body in a tarp and hid it so he could figure out what to do with it. 2 weeks later, he would kill 37-year-old Rita Kemper, take her back to his trailer on the night of December 8th, and when they got there, he tried to have sex with her, and she said no. She was just there to hang out with him. They were friends at the time, so he was actually friends with her.
She related to the Kemper.
Edmund Kemper, no,
Okay.
not from what I could tell. So they were friends. They hung out in the same social circles, so they knew each other, and that's actually why she felt safe going to his home. She claimed he was a normal guy, and she never saw him lose his temper, and that his nickname was Tiny. When Rita testified in front of a jury later, she claims that she saw a whole different man that night. She claimed that she could see the evil in him.
Wow.
Rita was like, "This man was trying to kill me." She said he was screaming at her, "Scream all you want. I'm going to kill you and bury you in the woods with the other girls." And that is what he was saying to her while he tried to attack her. She testified, saying after they got into the trailer, he slapped her in the face twice, demanded she take her pants off, and said he was going to essay her. And somehow, when he got distracted for a second, she managed to open the door and run out the door. But he chased her. He chased her, caught her, and started choking her and dragged her back to the trailer. Then he ripped her pants off and was about to assault her, but she managed to get out of his grasp, go through an open window, and ran. It is unclear if she immediately went to the police or if it was investigated later. Because Joe's violence was escalating against sex workers or just vulnerable populations, but it was at its height. But luckily, that is also where it was going to end. Because his personality was not going to be able to get him out of this. An anonymous employee at Stein & Sons called the police and said Joe had approached him and told him that he killed a girl and he needed help burying the body.
Yes, let's go to work and say, "Hey, Abigail, I killed somebody. Help me bury the body."
Yeah.
And then not expect someone to turn around and call the cops on you after you just sat there and told them that.
Yeah. Joe had approached, they acted on this tip and the police searched the area around his trailer on December 15th. And what they discovered was the body of Kimberly Spicer. The police were able to get a search warrant for the trailer and they found evidence of a potential crime. The detective in charge said that the furniture had been removed from the suspect's trailer and attempts had been made to clean up the blood stains. Kimberly Spicer's body was enough to arrest him, and also Joseph Stein, because they were seen leaving the Christmas party on the same night she was killed. So they left the Christmas party together, and police arrested Stein, thinking he was in on it. Joe was charged with first-degree murder and was held without bail, and Stein was charged with accessory after the fact of homicide, and he was suspected of helping dispose of evidence. The charges against Stein were dropped when they learned he was unaware of the murders. After a search of the property, they found a .25 caliber handgun, and Stein was charged with being in possession of a weapon. He was actually a felon for starting an arson fire in 1985.
Yeah, and if you're a felon, you can't have any type of weapon.
Yeah, so
You can't have
Stein was
nothing.
arrested and charged with possession of a weapon against his ability to do so. So once Joe was charged with murder, he was more than willing to confess to his murders and tell his stories of the murders he committed over 2 decades. And to prove it, he provided details on the murder of Kimberly Spicer. He also confessed to the murders of Catherine Magaziner, Tony Lynn, and Garcia, and would later lead the police to Catherine's body 50 feet from where they found Spicer. By the time the interview was over, Joe confessed to a total of 7 to 10 murders.
Jeez.
They were only really able to charge him with the murder of Kimberly Spicer, Catherine Magaziner, and Tony Lynn and Garcia. He was also charged with the kidnapping and assault of Rita Kemper a few weeks earlier. During his interview, police asked him if he was going to kill Kemper, and he said, "Yeah, I don't really know what I was going to do because she got away." So basically, he was like, "I don't know. She got away." I was in like a spur of the moment thing, you know? You never know. Maybe I could have.
I mean,
Could have let her go.
She would have stayed.
We'll see.
But they got away.
Yeah. Another bartender named Lisa Reynolds, who also worked at a bar called Borderline Bar and Restaurant, which was a bar he visited often, told reporters everyone liked him. He was friendly, and even the lawyer that defended him on the axe murder charges was shocked by his confession.
Wow.
He said, "I don't know if I believe him. He was very honest and direct. He has a sophisticated sense of humor, and he was always respectful of me. He was never pushy or violent."
I have arrived.
Hi,
yes,
Angela.
you have.
So, yeah, basically, everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, he's such a great guy. I don't believe he." It's kind of like Kemper with the police.
True. That's true. Yes.
He's a jokester. He couldn't kill anybody.
Let's go get some coffee and donuts.
And then meanwhile, he's doing all this atrocious stuff. Now, Joseph Stein's daughter suspected he was guilty, but didn't want to believe he did it.
Of course, you never want to believe that your parent did something.
No, his daughter.
Or
his daughter was Joe Metheny.
So Thomas.
No, Joe Metheny, not her dad. Joe Metheny, the one who did the killings.
Yeah.
She was like, "I thought he was guilty, but I didn't want to believe he was guilty." He also was also no help in identifying the victims because he didn't know the victims' names.
How dare you?
And so because they couldn't identify the victims because they did not have direct ties to their family at the moment.
Nice and sweet, but
exactly.
Laugh out loud. Mentally.
Yeah. So they basically called in this dude named William Rodriguez, who was a board certified forensic anthropologist. They were like, "We don't know who these people are. We need your help to identify him, to help identify the bodies."
You hear her. Moo moo. Mulan. She's over by Justin's door because she likes going in there with him, and he shuts the door when we do our podcast because he doesn't want to hear things that we're saying. But she's over there crying right now because she wants to be in the room with him. Then she's not answering me. Poor kid.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the matter? What? What's the matter? You okay? What? You okay? going on? Nope, time to get down. Okay. You good? Huh? Hold on. Why? She wants love. That's what she wants. Because she's all like in your guys' rubbing on the wall, looking at me. What?
This is one of the cases. This is the second case in a row. She's like, I demand love in the middle of this podcast.
Yes, she does. She gets it, but what? Yeah, I know you're not going to come near the couch because the dog's on it. She has odd times of asking for love and affection.
Yeah.
And trust me, she gets it. Don't think that I don't get. She doesn't get it. She gets it. Okay.
So Rodriguez worked as a medical examiner for the armed forces and worked some high-profile cases. He was also an expert in decomposition and the effects of the environment has on the body. So this was kind of a perfect case for him. Because they had exhumed Catherine's body, so that kind of put them at a disadvantage in determining what was done by Joe Rodriguez, what was done by Joe. Rodriguez was able to identify her by her lower teeth only. He was able to find out who it was by just using her lower teeth.
Oh, like
that's how impression? Yeah, that's how good he was. Joe's confession provided police with detailed accounts of violent SA and murders, but as they continued their investigation, they started to question what was real and what was not. They were able to say he was a monster and a violent murderer. This was solidified when he confessed to partially cannibalizing his victims. At one point, he told investigators that he had even served some of his victims' remains to patrons of a food stand he had. He said, and I am quoting, I cut the meat up and put it in some Tupperware bowls, then put it in the freezer. I opened up a little open pit beef stand. I had real roast beef and pork sandwiches. They were really good. The human body tastes very similar to pork. If you mix it together, no one can tell the difference.
Okay, Hannibal Lecter.
I will say there is no evidence of him having a stand, but honestly, I don't think he would go through the proper channels of getting a permit.
Yeah, he would just do it.
I'm sorry, Angela.
As I'm eating steak, t-shirt, steak and nachos. That's what I'm gonna put.
Yeah, no, very much soap maker of Correggio. Just gonna put a little human meat in there.
She's like, let me go vomit real quick, and I'll be right back, folks. Oh my god,
human nacho.
Oh my god, so gross.
I will say,
thank God I don't eat nachos unless it's from Taco Bell. Now that's going to be questionable.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Don't worry about it like at chain restaurants. Just, worry about food stands.
As we speak of wanting to have a food truck at some point, now I don't want to.
But not Joe Metheny approved.
God, yeah.
Of the thing.
Don't worry, it's not human.
So there is no like permits and stuff of him owning it, but there are stories of people saying they ate at his stand, that they had gone to his stand.
So they're saying, so he had a stand.
So there are people who have said that they went to his stand. They did get pulled sandwiches from him. They did get pork sandwiches. They did get meat from him. And after hearing it, that they got sick. They like physically would get sick from it. He again did not have any permits, but then again, looking at his job description,
Halloween, you could change names or food to serial killers and their murders. Laugh out loud. We've you should see the little list that I have going on here. Yeah, there's like a lot
of different
things, and yeah, I'm gonna add that though.
But
good idea.
He didn't have the proper permits, but then again, looking at his record, he doesn't seem like the kind who would go through the proper records to get permits.
Yeah.
Especially if it was an out of the blue thing. Meat pies, no thank you.
No.
Mm-mm. If anything, we'll just have tea cakes that are dyed a little red.
They ain't having tea cakes either.
Well, pulled pork sandwiches and call them the Joe Metheny special.
Pulled pork ligament.
Oh,
you want a pulled ligament? The pulled pork ligament. Would that not be sufficient to name a food after something?
Yeah.
And it's after him? Pulled pork ligament.
No.
See, even Angela thinks so. Todd Sweetie it. Yes.
Yeah. So,
Razor blade learn.
he also
Learn
said
it?
everything was going really good until I ran out of my special meat.
It's just like McDonald's having special sauce.
So I lured up another bitch to my trip. So I'm quoting him at this point. At this point, he goes, so that's where he admits to, selling meat. And he goes, everything was going really good until I ran out of my special meat. So I lured up another bitch up to my trailer. I got her there and started to rip her clothes off and knock the hell out of her. She was screaming and there was no one to hear her except me.
That's pretty good. I like that idea. What?
So, and there was no one to hear except me, and I just kept laughing at her. He was talking about Rita at that moment.
Okay.
And that's how he described her getting away. This is how he describes her getting away. I turned around for a split second, and that was my mistake. She ran out the door, and before I could get her, there was an 8-foot chain link fence with barbed wire on top of it. Around the front of the company, there was a stack of pallets next to the fence about 10 feet high. That bitch scaled the pallets like a monkey and jumped the fence and ran down to the main road, where some guy in a pickup truck picked her up and took her to a nearby gas station where they called the cops. He claimed to know the cops were on to him, but he didn't run. I gathered up her clothing, grabbed the keys to the gate, and went out and opened it. As soon as I stepped out of that gate, a cop car pulled up, and the cop jumped out, pulled his gun on me, and told me to get on the ground. And that was where it all came to an end. That was not how it ended.
Okay.
Rita's thing had happened a couple of days before Spicer's body was found.
Mm. Okay.
And
yeah.
the police arrested him after the co-worker had called the police on him.
Because he made the comment.
Yeah.
He confessed.
She never escaped. And then he walked out the gate and they arrested him. No, they went into this. It was.
He's a liar, pants on fire.
Yeah, that was not how it ended. It was indeed another lie. He ended his confession. I'm quoting him. This is how he ended his confession. Well, that's my story.
Is he sticking to it?
Yeah, he still sticks to it to this day.
Oh my lord.
Now, within the days of his arrest, his defense attorney, Margaret Mead, told reporters, I don't know if what the state is calling a confession is really a confession. She claimed he was depressed and confused and under a lot of meds when he made his confession, and any crimes committed were under the influence of heroin, cocaine, and alcohol. When asked if she believed the confessions, she said, I have no reason not to believe it. She said, she said Joe maintained Stein didn't have any knowledge of participating in any of the crimes, and investigators were pretty confident in the 3 murders. So on January 30th, he was indicted for the 3 murders, and a trial was set for March 1997. Sadly, when the arraignment came, the police could find no evidence linking him to the murder of Tony Lynn and Garcia. So they forced the district attorney, Patricia J.A.M, to drop the charges in the 3 murder due to insufficient evidence, even though he confessed to it. So he was only charged with the murders of Catherine and Kimberly. And even though he confessed to murdering them,
Yeah.
he pled not guilty. And a trial was set for July 8th, 1997. In a press conference, District Attorney J.A.M said she intended to seek the death penalty. And this would be the first time in Maryland since 1993 that a death penalty would have been invoked.
Mm.
Margaret Mead, the defense lawyer, claims the district attorney's office went high about life in prison with no possibility of parole in exchange for a guilty plea. So she's saying, Margaret Mead is saying, we're going to give him the death penalty, but not Margaret Mead. J.A.M is saying, we're going to give him the death penalty. Margaret Mead, his lawyer, was like, well, the DA just said, we'll give him life in prison without the possibility in parole in exchange for a guilty plea. Margaret said, no, thank you. That is not a reasonable plea. So July was not his trial. because Margaret asked for a change of venue because the case would be better in a different jurisdiction. It would be less biased in a different jurisdiction.
Okay.
So, while he was waiting for the murder trial, he went on trial for the kidnapping and assault of Rita Kemper in November of 1997. The prosecution made sure to show that he was a violent, unpredictable predator who lost it when Rita refused his aggressive advances, and he had every intention of killing her. His defense said the prosecutors were blowing up an argument between Rita and Joe to include attempted murder, kidnapping, and attempted rape. On November 17th, after a very short deliberation, the jury returned a verdict of not guilty in attempted murder, but found him guilty of assault, kidnapping, and SA charges. And he got 50 years in prison.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's kind of a slap in the face. I mean, good on them for charging him for the assault and the kidnapping, but you couldn't find him guilty of attempted murder?
When they say the evidence wasn't there.
Yeah, they said the evidence of him trying to kill her wasn't there. Yeah. Um On March 22nd, a Sunday, he was found in his cell unconscious and heavily bleeding from a wound on his neck. He was transported to the University of Maryland Medical Center for treatment and he lived. After multiple delays, he went on trial April 29th, 1997, in a Baltimore Circuit Court. The prosecution's case was that he was a violent predator. When women refused to give him what he wanted, he took it. They used his confession as most of the damning evidence that was played in court.
Mm-hmm.
He was, quote, saying, "I killed her. I'm a sick person. I need help."
Yeah.
After that, Detective Homer Pennington also was called to the stand, and he testified that Joe was cooperative and alert at the time of the interview. He gave the interviews every reason to believe he was telling the truth. So, because he had already gone to jail, his defense tried to excuse it, bringing up his history of drug abuse, being raised in an abusive household,
Mm-hmm.
saying that led him down this path,
Okay.
that his bad childhood led him to become this. Which there are plenty of people who experience bad childhoods and they don't end up a murderer.
Yeah.
Um, After a 3-week trial, Judge Clifton Gordy found him guilty of first-degree murder of Kimberly Spicer because he forewent jury trial. So he basically, it was only the judge's jurisdiction. They knew that if they were to put this in front of a jury, the jury would find him guilty. So they were like, "We'll take our chances with the judge."
Oh, wow.
The judge found him guilty of first-degree murder of Kimberly Spicer because he forewent a jury trial. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Which is well deserved.
And even though the DA wanted the death penalty, the judge said they failed to establish that he robbed her or SA'd her while she was alive. Either of these things would be enough to give him the death penalty.
Oh, wow.
So in Maryland, there has to be a specific thing, a specific events that happen before you can get the death
and
penalty.
because they didn't find that or he didn't say
And
that.
because they couldn't establish that he robbed her or SA'd her while she was alive, they couldn't give him the death penalty.
Hmm.
The trial of Catherine Magaziner and again were going for the death penalty. On September 25th, Joe chose to change his plea to guilty in the murder of Catherine, and he opted for jury sentencing. During the sentencing, the prosecution was pushing for capital punishment, saying he murdered her, stole from her, and buried her on the Stein lawn. The prosecution provided
Yeah.
evidence.
I agree. It matters. Alive or dead. He did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
He opted for jury sentencing, saying he murdered her, stole from her, and buried her on the Stein lawn. The prosecution provided evidence of all this. They played the confession where he admitted to murdering her, stealing her goods, which was all done for a sense of power because he got a rush from it. He claimed his murder rampage started as revenge, but it ended as a passion for the taste and overwhelming sense of power that one gets from taking a life.
Yeah.
After 4 days, the jury deliberated for 4 hours and sentenced him to death, along with a concurrent 10 years for the robbery. At his sentencing, Joe told the jury, "The words 'I'm sorry' will never come true because they would be a lie. I'm more than willing to give up my life for what I've done to have God judge me and send me to hell for what I've done."
Mm. Oh.
So he's like, "I'm never going to say I'm sorry.
What's the point?
I'm just going to let God judge me and send me to hell." Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
His defense team tried to spin by saying his statements believes his feelings of guilt um and self-hatred.
Yeah.
But he got what he wanted. In 2000, Joe's death sentence came under mandatory review, and the Court of Appeals agreed with the conviction. They said the prosecution failed to have sufficient evidence to support the claim of robbery as an aggravating circumstance deserving a death penalty. The robbery was not an aggravating factor, so they agreed he murdered her, but they said he didn't kill her while robbing her. He robbed her as an afterthought after killing her. So the conviction was upheld, but his sentence was changed to life without the possibility of parole.
Oh, jeez.
So his death sentence was taken away. He was transferred to the Western Correctional Institution of Cumberland later. During that time, more confessions would claim he had a 6-year-old son with a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And one day, while driving as a truck driver, she took their kid, and they were never found again. So he's
wow.
like, I have a 6-year-old kid out there somewhere. My girlfriend took him, and they left me.
Sure. What line?
I know you want to play with the dead, but you can't.
I know my sister's up here though.
Yeah, your sister is up there.
Both your sisters are up there. We got Mulan on the
Ofrenda.
ofrenda. She's checking it out. Come on, with Mulan. You on the tube? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, he went off to find them and kill them, but instead he killed 3 men and 4 women. He said 2 men had chopped up with an axe under a bridge. He said under that same bridge he killed 2 women and 1 man who was fishing and happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Oh yes, let's kill an innocent person.
Um,
I mean, you kill a lot of innocent people.
I weighed down the bodies and showed the police where I put them 3 years later, but the police couldn't find the bodies.
Oh wow.
So they couldn't charge me for them. He claimed it was a very busy night with 5 murders in 7 hours.
Wow.
Also, for peace of mind, there is no record of this man having a child. He was just trying to spin a story of being a doting father. That is why I killed. He basically said the reason I started killing was because of my ex girlfriend taking my son. So I got really angry and I went to go hunt them down and I started killing.
Said he's building banquet tables with as many lies as he's done. So throughout his life, that man's got a number of furniture pieces.
On the afternoon of August 5th, 2017, guards in Western Correctional Institution in Cumberland discovered Joe unresponsive in his cell around 3 p.m.
Again?
He was pronounced dead a short time later at the age of 62.
Oh, wow.
An investigation has been launched to find his cause of death. To this day, they have not released what his cause of death was.
Oh, I wonder if they will.
I don't know, because this happened in 2017, so even I looked into it because it's 2025.
Yeah.
No,
Or they just said they're going to do the investigation and just don't care to.
it's possible.
Because
I also know that there's a whole bunch of like looking into it. They have to look at the camera features. They have to look at the parole, the guards
who
on
was
duty,
there that day? Yeah.
if he was possibly poisoned. Also, it probably doesn't help that he was a bigger man.
Yeah.
Um,
He could have had heart issues, medical issues.
yeah, and it could have also just been his time. But yeah. And then yeah. So that is what's it called? Joe Metheny. That is his
She
case.
forgot the title.
Yeah, that is the case. It is a rough one. And do you see why I said he believes sharing is caring?
It's not caring. So stop sharing.
He was an aggressive and awful monster.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I joke about the whole sharing is caring because that is just really disturbing. Like the soap maker of Correggio, that one is like it's messed up, but it's not as disturbing to me because it's like she had like made it like the blood was a powder, and this is like actual like meat that he said people were eating.
Just disgusting. Makes me want to
Yeah.
give up meat. Give up the meat.
And if any of you
I would do
remembers,
the cow. Eat
and
more chicken.
if if any of you remembers the Criminal Minds episode where he's like where the priest is in there and he's like God is in all of us, and the killer looks at him and goes, so is Tracy, because he had put her in a chili.
Yeah, because it wasn't like a chili type thing or a
Yeah,
function for the
it was
church.
a function for the church, and he put her as the meat, in the chili. Uh, very much gives off that same vibe. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I'll stick to chicken.
yeah.
I'm gonna stay. I don't eat pork, so we're safe
Also,
there.
for those of you who don't know, tomorrow is New York City's mayoral election.
Nice.
So we're gonna see who wins New York City's mayoral. I will say I do love what Zoran is doing when he comes to like it's a very different from other politicians that like do their ads. Like he's going into bodegas. He's going there's a video of him going into a senior home and dancing the salsa with them
Aw.
and doing tai chi with them.
Oh, nice.
Like he's going into
He's
these
actually getting
places.
out with his constituents.
He's riding the bus. He rode the bus to the what's it called? The when they had the debate. He rode the bus to the debate.
Oh wow. Is he like another Keanu Reeves, just in a different?
He's and like his whole entire thing of making New York City more affordable.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very different way of seeing. Like a lot of people are like, you can tell he's younger, and you can like he is much younger than all of the other runners.
Yeah.
I think he's in like his early 30s,
Oh wow.
late 20s, and his whole entire campaign is different. He's on social media. He's doing all these get-togethers. Somebody was like, this morning I saw him in a bodega getting his sandwich that he always gets. The next minute I saw him on a bus. The next minute he was in an old person's home doing tai chi. And then later that night I saw him in the club switching up beats on the DJ booth.
This dude gets out there.
He's everywhere, and it is hilarious for me to see. Like he was in the club last night,
That's hilarious.
like doing a whole DJ booth stand, and he's up there and he's like, yeah, getting down with the music, and I'm like, I have never seen any politician doing that before. And it
No.
is hilarious to me to see the younger generation when they're running actually
Get out there with the people.
yeah. And it is so somebody said it was so authentic. And I
Yeah.
think that's the first time we've seen a lot of like somebody being truly, truly authentic
Yeah.
on the political, like when running. So it's going to be interesting because it is between him, another dude, which is like apparently he's the most New Yorker.
Oh boy.
He owns like 17 cats, lives by himself.
And y'all make fun of me.
He's like the
Call
most New
me Cat
Yorker.
Lady.
New
He's
Yorker.
Catman.
He hates Andrew Cuomo too.
Mm.
I think I was telling you they were having a debate and they
Yeah.
were like, if you guys were on the subway and you got trapped and you had to pick somebody on this debate stage, who would you be trapped with? And I think Zoran said I would be on the thing with I think it's Sewell. I would be on the train with Sewell and we can go ahead and talk smack about how Andrew Cuomo caused all this problems with the subway. And Sewell was like, I would pick Cuomo so I could sit there and I could yell at him about how it's his fault that the subway And then Cuomo was like, I would just move train cars. I don't want to sit with either of them.
That's why they don't like you. You don't play fair on the playground.
And I was like, that is the perfect encounter. Zoran's like, let's talk shit.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to confront him. And the other one is like, I'm just going to leave.
Because you're a chicken.
So I thought that was really funny. So yeah, it is election day. You gonna catch me. What's his name? Steve something on MSNBC. One of these days for Halloween, I'm gonna dress up as Steve Kornacki. I'm gonna dress up as Steve Kornacki for one Halloween.
Okay.
There's a couple costume I saw. Somebody, their boyfriend dressed up as Steve Kornacki, and they dressed up as the election night Matt.
Oh God. That's hilarious.
It was hilarious because if you haven't seen Steve Kornacki trying to break down how like votes and elections are going, it's hilarious. Because he's like, oh my gosh, like at one point his tie started fraying, and it was his lucky tie,
Uh-oh.
and he's like, I have to retire the tie, and he only comes out like once a year. He only comes out during election cycles.
Why didn't you wear it when Trump was running?
Oh no, he did.
To give Harris some luck.
But his like tie was fraying. He takes off his jacket, so he's just in like his shirt, and he's like moving around, and like his hair gets wild and crazy because he's like, oh my god. I'm like, he just runs around, he makes jokes, he breaks down, he makes it super easy to understand what's happening, but it's just hilarious.
I don't know who to do this because I don't watch political things. So
I
they give me
started.
headaches.
I was what he only comes out on election night. He only appears. They only pull him out of like his little. They joke that they freeze him
No.
and they pull him out of the freezing when it's his time. It's like Mariah Carey and Christmas.
Yeah, true.
Mariah Carey gets de-thawed during fall and is released during Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
He is de-thawed before election season and put on
Brought out to be
brought out for election season.
exposed.
It's hilarious. But yeah, the next episode we have, I'm trying to think, is the Nan Peterson case.
Okay.
Nan Patterson, my bad. The Nan Patterson and the death of Frank Caesar Young. And so heads up for everybody here, it is gonna be nothing but oldies cases for the next 4 episodes, including Thanksgiving. I'm counting Thanksgiving as an oldies case because it is Plymouth. It's a short one, but it's still an old-timey case.
Way old time.
Yeah. So we're gonna have 4 old-timey cases back to back to back to back. If you think you know where these cases are going, you don't. In one of them, they tried to try somebody 3 times for the same murder. And every single time there was either an acquittal or a mistrial. In another case, he tried to plead the insanity defense. But he was not insane. He was just really rich.
No, money buys everything. Pretty
And
much.
in the one I'm writing now, you have 3 women who, when they're together, are crazy.
Yeah.
They would break into students' homes and watch people sleep while they wore all black dresses and wore black veils in 1904. Now picture 1904 clothing in all black with black veils.
So what I'm hearing is our screen's gonna be black and white when that would happen.
And they would break into people's homes and watch them sleep.
Yeah, no thanks.
They would also hire a driver to take them to the cemetery at night, and they would dance in the cemeteries at night.
Okay. I mean,
that is what you're getting in the upcoming episode.
they obviously drank stuff and then did that.
I died. If any of you wonder why I'm losing my mind, it is the old-timey cases. Luckily, after this case, what we have is Disney. She'll be doing the Disney, and then I have Nutty Putty, which is a more modern case, so it's not as
old-timey,
crazy and chaotic and makes me want to cry.
Yeah, and you still got to get her to watch Walt Before Mickey before we do the Walt case. And that's what she means by Disney is December 5th is Walt Disney's birthday, and he passed away 10 days later. So on December 15th, he passed away. So I know I have to get on that one because there's a lot, not a whole lot. I mean, we learned about Disney, about Disneyland, and we pretty much heard a lot of things that Walt Disney did.
Mm-hmm.
But now this is going to be the story of
Disney.
him himself. Nothing
Mm-hmm.
about. I mean, Disneyland will still get brought up in it because
He's the founder.
He's the founder of it. When it started and all that stuff. We know all that, but it's pretty much, you know, birth to whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, it is the next upcoming weeks. I am trying to get as far ahead in my typing as I can humanly possible get. I am trying to before I think the end of the year. I want to be written all the way up into June so that we can have it all written out, and then when we move, it's easier.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I'm even finding cases myself that I might do. I told her about one, but I might look into that one and kind of dig. And when I get it done, because we know how I am, I procrastinate like the 2 days before. I start writing it, and then crap happens.
See, I can't because when I'm doing the case, I do too much research, and then I learn little like informations about like the crack epidemic and everything.
My issue is I can't be in front of a screen for very long, like looking at a screen for too long, because then I start getting a headache and it hurts my eyes.
Yeah.
But
I had to get this so I could have this up while I was typing, so I could see what was.
But I'm trying to do the same thing she's doing. Is when I come across, and what's funny is I found it on Facebook.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who do like the true crimes.
And it was something that was not date, was it Dateline? That's like do with a news type thing that they just talk about old cases and everything. And then also there's a TV show called True Crime that I was watching. She came in, she goes, "Which one's this one?" I'm like, "Oh, something about a dude that bludgeoned his wife to death," and then
Which is common.
Blood was everywhere.
Also, I will say if you are interested in watching the Ed Gwynn series, the Netflix series,
mm-hmm.
It's good. It's okay. They do take a bunch of artistic liberties, as Ryan Murphy always does with his American Horror Story. I will say also, we will be doing an Ed Gwynn couple of episodes on Ed Gwynn because he is considered, he is not the first serial killer in America, but when you refer to serial killer, you think of Ed Gwynn as the first one. Actually, that goes to the terrible and awful H.H. Holmes, who I have nightmares of, and I worry every time I go to a hotel. So I don't worry because of hotels because of Ed Gwynn and Bates Motel. No, I worry about hotels because of H.H. Holmes.
So thanks a lot, man.
H.H. Holmes, you're the best.
One of our t-shirts would be like, which brings me to that. So last week, Angela was bringing up how we should do fourthwall.com to do shirts.
Mm-hmm.
So I've done a little research into it. Coming soon, and that's how I'm going to leave it because I have to make more t-shirts, stuff like that. Coming soon. Either it might be this year, it may not be till next year, guys. Mm-hmm. Just a heads up. It might be after the first of the year. Don't know yet. So I was looking into fourthwall.com because I always like to do my research before doing anything and investing in something. Also, not only that, because I go through design.com, I need to have a membership with them and have a trademark thing with them about the designs that I have. So they can't be taken or used or whatever. There's one shirt on there, and I get to set the price. Not the negative, I'm not going to really call it a negative, is something to where we have to ship it. If we do digital, they ship it, but I got to pay for membership on that. So right now I get the free access to do it, the way I see it. And I posted it on Facebook. Again, it's not up. It's not open yet. It's where you can do anything or buy shirts. It is her and I both on it because it is only fair and it is only right that she gets a piece of the action as well because she is a part of this podcast. She's a part of this channel. And I don't go that way to where it's me and only me. We're a team. We're both doing this, and so I put her name in on it as well. I changed the name and whatnot. I learned that you don't pay for the shirt until somebody buys it.
Okay.
So let's say example, you put on the site $35 for the shirt,
Mhm.
and it states lar- uh, bigger sizes will have a little bit more of a cost. So
Mhm.
you will pay a little bit more for a bigger size shirt, 2X, 3X, whatever high it goes.
Mhm.
Out of that $35, we'd make 13.56. That's for one, the cost of the shirt, and they also take a little bit of percentage for they
Yeah.
take some for themselves, which is rightfully so. We're using their site to
So.
make our shirts, and so it's only fair, and that makes sense. Um, so I have one design up there right now. If you guys noticed um the logo when we posted that we were live, that's pretty much the logo. I just did it like that because it kind of looks a little creepy.
Mhm.
But I do have another logo that's on there. But that's pretty much the surprise that I said that I had for the end of the episode today.
Yeah.
I'm in the process of trying to do some shirts, do some t-shirts. Again, when it is up and coming and it's ready to go, with having the free membership, they will only produce 50 shirts at a time. If we do the pro,
Mhm.
there's 100. And the
Yeah.
pro is where they order it through Fourth Wall, and Fourth Wall will deliver it.
Mhm.
So the free one is where we have to deliver it. So let's say if Angela and Thomas bought a shirt, I mean, if we're living in Kansas, I could ship it to them.
Yeah.
I will look into the pro where we're not shipping it, but to where they will ship it.
Yeah.
But right now, that's in the works. We want to kind of focus on getting ourselves moved and situated. Then we'll
Yeah.
we'll come down. I mean, we might sit there and ourselves just get a few of the shirts or something just to promote it. But right now, it's not open, but it is coming soon. I just can't give you a date or a timeline for when it might happen. But that's pretty much the exciting news of our channel is I've been on YouTube since 2013, and I've had a YouTube channel since then. So we pretty much combined A&M history
Mhm.
with J&M's Adventures. So now it's no longer J&M's Adventures, it's J.A.M. Um, J.A.M. History and Life.
Mhm.
So that's what, and thanks to moderators and a good friend of mine, Miss Ashley, who was on here last week, helping us make the decision for the name. You know,
Yeah.
so and not only that, we were pretty much stuck on A&M history with 25 subscribers. But it wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, we gave it time to try and go somewhere. On this channel that we always record on, there's 177 subscribers.
Yeah.
So we just need, we have to have 500 before I can promote the t-shirts on our channel.
Yeah.
It won't let me do it until there's 500 subscribers.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the fun, exciting news. You know. So yay us, we're starting somewhere, trying to get it built up and try to get it going, and then like I
Yeah.
said, I'll keep you informed. Every once in a while, I like to play around with t-shirts, but I kind of need to get on my tablet and do it or laptop and do it because it'll be a lot easier to do it there than doing it from a phone. So
Yeah. Um. But yeah. So next episode, we're gonna talk about Nan Patterson. It's gonna be a 1908 case.
excuse me.
So we might be in black and white.
We might be in black and white for a lot. Human nacho t-shirt by next Halloween, please. Oh my god. I put steaks and nachos as a t-shirt.
No, let's just do human nachos. Uh,
Where'd it go? It's the cafe thing. I mean, I still have my cafe notes in here too, to where, I mean, it has a lot, but now I'm kind of like, I can't make up my freaking mind. That's my problem.
hmm.
There's so many ideas for what would love to do, like a little cafe, not a bistro, like a bookstore slash. I don't want to say it's like copying Barnes and Nobles,
I would say
but it's
more
like
focus.
apothecary type thing.
I would say more of a focus on the food, while Barnes and Noble's focuses more on the books.
Make it steak and nacho, but a bag behind it that says human on it. Oh my god. No, no, got one better for you. I could sit there and say steak and nachos and then ingredients, human. My and then sodium, 1,000 milligrams.
You know what you could do? You could do tea cakes too. And then
I think
main ingredient, blood.
No, main ingredient, iron. So people don't understand. Uh, oh Lord. And our slogan, if nobody knows, our slogan is we laugh at the dark stuff and it helps.
Yeah.
That is literally our slogan.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. We laugh at the dark stuff and it helps. It definitely does help. Especially when I'm sitting here writing, because I'm doing the Black Sisters and OC Sneed right now. I'm laughing while I write this case because it is so out of this world and it is so dark.
I'm writing notes. Sorry.
And then yeah, we will talk about but Nan Patterson. So get ready. We're gonna have a lot of when women go on a trial in the early 1900s. There is always one thing in common.
I just thought of something. Sorry.
Women were considered to be any woman that was a murderer was automatically, well, she was also a movie actress, and that didn't help. Because if you were a movie actress, you were seen as a whore.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, yeah. It was bad.
So the thing with the
It's gonna be a fun case.
steak and nachos, I just thought of something. Instead of it being main ingredient human, have a stick figure like eating the steak and nachos is like, this tastes like human. Taste instead of saying it tastes like chicken, tastes like human. Oh my god.
Do you know that people can actually get sick from eating human flesh? It's actually a thing that happens, that people get like violently ill after they eat people.
Well, I mean, wasn't Hannibal Lecter? Wasn't he a cannibal?
Yeah. Also, this one is watching Silence of the Lambs. I'm half tempted to do like a TikTok live where we watch like movies together.
We could.
Where we do a TikTok live where we show like one screen the movie, the next screen us reacting to it. Or you could do it just us reacting to the movie. Just a live.
Yeah. Oh.
Of everyone like getting the movie at the same time and watching the movie together.
We could do that.
Watch the original Psycho all together.
Yeah, I just finished watching the rest of Outlander, season 7. I don't want it to end. I cried. There's quite a few, and there were some bombshells that got dropped. That I pieced it together pretty quickly before it was even said. Um, season 8's supposed to come out early next year. They have not put a release date, and I'm like, please make it before we move, not after. Um, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna feel after it ends because it's one of my go-to shows. I was telling I always say it like this, my guy best friend, that I had finished season 7 because I got him started on season 1. I've been writing his case about finish it, hurry up, you need to get this far so we can talk about things because there's things that he doesn't know that has happened. And I told him, I was like, all right, I just finished season 7, and we got to discussing how I feel about the show, that it is one of the best love story series I have ever watched. And I don't get into chick flicks, love stories, but this one is it's just amazing. It's really well done. The characters, you fall in love with a lot of the characters. Like I cried through each season. Every single season I watched, I cried, and it was sad. The most recent one I cried because it pertained to an animal that has been, you
In
know,
the show.
in the show. Even though no, the animal's not really gone, but in the show they do it that way. And like I said, the bombshell that I had seen previews for it, and I didn't put two and two together until it finally plays out in the whole thing. Um, my favorite characters, obviously Jamie Fraser. I mean, that man has been through a lot. Um, Claire will be number two. Fergus, who is one of Jamie's friend, one of the family friends or whatever. Um, what is it? There's quite a few. There's too many to talk about and too many to say. So it's a very good show. I need to finish Interview with the Vampire too, because I have not that TV series I have not watched. Do we know what episode we're on? I gotta look it up and see what episode I we uploaded. I've lost count. What you doing, Peanut? Or potatoes? And then John and I we had Thursday off, and we went
I can't
to.
even pet you.
He's like, no. Went to Animal Kingdom at the mall here, and this lady that was working there had two corgis, and she had them kind of out of the cage. So I got to interact with two corgis who were the sweetest dogs. And I was like, oh my goodness, my cats would kill me if I brought animals like that home. They'd be like, I think not, Mom. But yeah, month of November. Can't believe we're already here.
I know.
Cannot believe that. Still going through things too. Still going through stuff and decluttering and just throwing stuff out.
I have yet to start, but then again, we have.
They have very little.
Yeah.
We have a lot, but again, I have board games down here that I'm going to get rid of. We're discussing like closer to the time of moving, we are discussing who is getting what kitchen wise. Like I know pretty much majority, like some of the kitchen stuff is hers. Um, we're going to go through my glass pan. There's just too much to do, and we'll get through it. It's starting to cool down now, so we can go out to the garage and open the garage.
Yeah, because we have to clear out the garage because we're gonna try to put some stuff outside because one of Justin's friends is getting rid of a couch and we're gonna keep the couch. We're gonna take the couch. So we'll have a couch when we move into our new apartment.
Yeah, which they got put on the waiting list for. So now,
Yeah, now we just have to wait for them to approve
the animal,
the animals.
and then we will put in for ours and see if we can get put on the wait list, which will be nice. So there's still a lot to do, but we'll get it done. We try to do it again Monday and Thursday. I had to work today because we had a market walk today, and past few days have been some very interesting, very interesting days.
I don't
Would
know if
you
you can
stop
hear her,
being a grump?
but when I was petting her, she growls.
No, she's just grumpy.
And if you can't tell, her tail is very, very fluffy.
She's just grumpy.
Yeah, she is a grumpatitis.
She's one of those cats that she might mellow out when she gets older.
Or she will just remain grumpy her whole life.
Yeah. All right, kids. We're gonna jump off. Are we doing a live TikTok today or no?
We can do a live after. Do you want to do a live or do you not?
Oh no, I'm tired because I woke up twice before having to go to work. We could probably do one tomorrow because we're both off.
Yeah, we could do a TikTok live and we could redo the case or we could do something else.
And just give a rundown of the case.
Yeah.
Of what happened. Go on and be like, he was a douchebag. He killed people.
He was awful.
See you tomorrow.
We'll be in the store
Yeah.
because we got to shop tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be at the store tomorrow because we have to shop.
Because this is like her first Tuesday off, so we get paid tomorrow. So she
Yeah.
gets.
I get to go on the adventure with my son and go, can I have that? Justin, can I have some chips? I'm going to do to him what he did to me as a kid. Abigail, one soda.
We're going to Costco too, so it's going to be even worse in Costco.
Oh, God, you should record that. Where'd Mom go? God damn it, she can't stay near us. Christmas over here. And I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong.
She's not. Also, we're doing the executive membership because Justin is like, I don't want to be waiting in line anymore because he's tired of waiting. Because people get really freaking mean when they're waiting. They get real bitchy when they're waiting in for Costco. So he's like, I'm tired of waiting. Plus, we can go in at 9:00, and that's easier for us because we wake up so early. So we're gonna go in Costco and be ahead of the game.
Yeah, should record it. Just saying. Make them push you in the cart with the chair. Yes! I need a wheelchair. I sit there like this.
Have you seen the people who sit in they go to Costco and they're a couple and like the girl will sit in the cart,
Oh yeah,
like cross-legged while the boyfriend pushes,
yes.
and she's like, this is solely. He's like, this is so you don't run away, and get lost in the Costco.
You can't stop me from running away. It does not work that way. Ask John what happened when we went to Disneyland the first time when I went into the Disney store.
Yeah, we lost her.
It's nope. Just wait till we go to Walt Disney World. He definitely going to lose me then. Because first time we went to Disneyland, I'd never been. I know we've done this. I know I've talked about this and done this story. And he was like, he goes, hey Michelle, have you seen this over here? And he goes, Michelle. And he does the whole, where did she go? And it was so sad that a cast member knew exactly where I was, but John did not. And now I've been seeing these little things that I think are hilarious. I told John, I was like, we need to buy me one of those for Walt Disney World. This boyfriend bought one of them headbands that has an arrow pointing down. Right on her head.
I was gonna
say
he
knew where she was. I'm like, just tie a Disney balloon to my belt.
I was gonna say get a leash, clip it onto the back of the belt, and then just attach it to your belt, and then you're both attached to each other, so you can't go too far.
Who says I won't wear 2 pairs of pants? Get away, or just cut it. No, there was a thing on social media. Don't remember where it was at, TikTok, something like that. That this boyfriend was at the gym, and he's doing this exercise, like just the arm one with the resistant thing, right? And then we're like, oh, okay, cool. He works out. Well, then they showed the reason why he was doing it. So when the girlfriend tries to take off, he's all, he's like, nope. He's like, you ain't going nowhere.
Every time in Costco that I walk away, right? This is Justin. Come here right now.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty funny. It's hilarious. Get over here. And I'm like, calm down. His face, he's like, he goes, well, she takes off. I'm like, well, that's all we do is run off, you numb nuts.
He's the kind of person that if he can't see me in a store, he's like, oh God, she's buying something. I'm not buying anything.
And then I've become that person that sister goes, God damn, where'd she go now? And then I'm like, Abigail Williams. And she don't answer. And all you hear is giggling. I'm like, I found her. She thinks it's so fun. It is kind of funny, though. It is pretty funny. But I'm like, you're going to need one. And I even told him, I was like,
it was so funny one time. I was in an electric cart, right? Oh, and I was like, oh, I need yogurt. So I went over to the back of the store with the yogurt. And they're over by the cheese.
And I turn around and go, where did she go?
They go, where did she go? He goes, oh my gosh, where did she go? I can't find her. And I'm behind one of the signs, so they can't see me. Yeah. Wholly unintentional.
Even with the car, yeah. You can't give her nothing. And you know what's even scarier is the fact that we were in Disneyland and she had to have an electric cart because her knees were hurting her bad.
Yeah.
And I was surprised she didn't take off in that.
I was too scared of hitting a child.
None of that, probably getting lost.
I definitely disappear. Sometimes it's intentional, sometimes it's not intentional.
Sometimes it's funny to her. And you're like, we need to go. Oh my God, what are you doing? And then, but I can't say
Sometimes
nothing.
I'll just disappear and then I realize they've lost me. And they're like, where is she? And I'm like, that's funny. They can't find me.
And then I end up finding her. At some point, I'm like, Justin, she's over here. And he goes, what is he telling me? Why aren't you watching her? Oh, I didn't know it was my responsibility. She is your significant other, not mine.
Even as an adult, I am an eloper. I am a child.
Yeah. He goes, well, you got to help me keep an eye on her. Not my problem, son. It's all up to you. No, I do the same thing. I take off. Life 360 so you can always find each other.
So I took the dog on a walk for Halloween. I left my phone here.
Oh, yeah.
Justin was not very happy that I had left. He's
He
like,
goes,
what would have happened if you got hurt? And I was like, oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, he comes in the room. He goes, "Should you take the dog for a walk?" I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "After I told her not to," and I said it would not be a good idea. There were kids outside. Really, there's kids. This is in my head. At this point, I'm like,
I
"There's
was
kids?"
trying to socialize the dog so she's less scared around strangers.
And I'm like, "She'll be fine." And she left her phone here. So how does that help? It's like, John and I have always made the comment of doing videos of our own children and seeing how well those go over. And if you think I'm kidding, I am not. Because we depict our kids so well that Justin will be
true.
like, we get home, food. It's like, well, hi, food. There's a fridge. And then,
Can
oh
you
my
make
God.
me dinner?
Yeah. Can you? I hungry. Well, hi, hungry. I'm mom.
This
is Abigail. And the refrigerator's right over there.
Anytime he goes, I'm hungry, I go. And he goes, don't you dare.
So our lives are never boring.
No, we
Justin and I are like almost the same person because it's more or less we're not touchy-feely people.
Yeah.
And then we have significant others who are like downright trying to annoy us on purpose that we want to smack them. But we never would. Me and my best friend saw a family trick-or-treating with their dog.
I took Hermione.
Yelled loud.
She was in a costume.
I want to put that dog. I want to pet that dog. They brought her over so we could do it.
I walked because I was trying to socialize her, get her used to, because she gets a little skittish around people. So I was like, Halloween night, most people won't let them near a strange dog. Well, she can socialize. She can get used to walking the streets with a bunch of different people, right? Yeah. And not get scared. We were walking by and it was like, oh, I thought we had a trick-or-treater. And then she's sitting there and she walks up behind me. And the reason Justin was so worried was because he's like, I don't trust the dog to keep you safe.
Yeah, she's hiding behind you, not in front of you. She should be in front of you, not the other way around.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Nah, but it was, I come in and they were like, yeah, you left your phone. I was like, yeah, I realized that partway through the walk. I was just so excited to take her out in her Hades costume.
It just cracked me up that you have fuzz right by your eye. Nope, other eye. And now it literally freaking jumped from there to that side of your nose. It's like, nope, you missed. The fuzz or dust.
Rude.
Yeah. And I was gonna actually do a craft while we were doing this, and I totally left it over there. I went out on Temu, had vintage Christmas paper, and I have that to where I can start making some kind of like Christmas decorations and stuff for people's houses. So we got a thumbs up! Yay for the thumbs up!
Yay!
There's a party. She wanted pets so bad, but so many peeps.
Yeah, Hermione's
like, don't touch me.
Hermione is really scared around people. It's hilarious.
Especially kids.
Kids scare her. I think it's because they're unpredictable and she does not like predictability. You can say she's like her mom and
she'll run off.
You can ask her how, like, when something changes my schedule and I look and I just start disassociating because my schedule's been changed because I don't like unpredictability.
Yeah, we like a steady routine.
I like a routine.
So it's like telling this one here. Oh, look at that! My shirt. Pedro has no nose.
No.
He just has 2 eyes and a part of a mouth. But what was it? I forgot what I was
I
gonna say.
remember getting some mail one day in the previous apartment complex, and they had like the mail together. And somebody came around the corner, scared the crap out of the dog, and she ran out and ran to the outside of the area for the mail, and she was just standing there. And so when I came around the corner, I go, "Really?" And she just looked at me, and she just started waving her tail because she was like, "Oh, you're okay."
It's like, I'll check on you when you come out. It's like, okay, just don't fart, please, because your butt's right here. If I hear a, then I get up and walk. You know what happened?
Yeah, her farts are deadly.
Yes, they are. Okay, kids, we're gonna jump off here because I still have a headache. I want to go lay down. I'm tired. I think that's why I have the headache is because I'm tired.
I think I'm gonna. So I know it's bad, and I shouldn't, and I should stay up all night.
Really? She just farted. Hermione, nasty.
I love how she doesn't even pick up her head anymore.
You feel better? Nasty.
I am. I'm
God,
gonna go to sleep tonight. I'm gonna sleep tonight. So I
me
have plenty
too.
of energy for tomorrow, and then I'll just stay up for Wednesday.
I don't want to be woke up before 9.
Well, that just
That's a
ruins.
lie.
That just ruins me and Justin's plan of shopping starting at 8.
That's a lie because I'll be up before that.
We like to shop the sensory friendly hours.
Come to Walmart, get sensory friendly hours, except for yesterday when you hear the wake her up at 5 a.m. No, Thomas, I will stab you with something. I don't know yet. I'm too tired to think about it.
Yeah, I saw you when I was leaving, and I was gonna say, "Okay, bye now," and then I forgot, so I didn't say goodbye to you, Travis. Thomas. Oh my
Who's
god.
Travis? Thomas, did you change your name? You sleep in? Yeah. I don't sleep in. Nobody sleeps in this house. Not with Mulan.
I only got like 3 hours of sleep after I did an overnight shift. I'm tired.
You're such a dork.
I am so sleepy.
We'll have to talk. We'll do a TikTok live tomorrow after our ventures out.
Yeah.
We might go to. Her and I might go to. Lobby.
We might do a TikTok live. Where we could do like research. You can do like Thanksgiving research.
Yeah. This is a turkey. No, I'm just kidding.
Also, are we doing the honey baked ham thing? Also, is John's parents coming?
So, I don't know about John's parents. I already told him that if they cannot make it, it is okay. Because you hear his dad go, "We can get a full Thanksgiving meal here, Carrie," in the background. So, yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know if
I need to be told at least 2 days in advance so I can make the mini pies.
Yeah, I don't know if Chris and Crystal will come over here. I told John I just want it to be family. For the simple fact of with us moving, it's pretty much like
the last
Thanksgiving dinner and a Christmas dinner. Because when we come back to visit, it won't be during the holidays. It'll probably be like February, March.
Yeah.
When we come back to visit and say hi, it's either going to be we come back every year or every 2 years. It's all going to depend on sibling trips with my brother and my sister.
Honestly, Jess is probably never going to want to come back.
I mean, he's going to come see Kramer.
They're joking about when we get a house, Kramer's going to come live with us.
Oh, God. Wants a mini pie. Okay, Thomas wants a mini pie.
Okay.
Do you want a meat pie?
I'm not making a meat pie for anybody asking. I was originally going to make chicken pot pies, But now I don't want to make any.
Always make extra, and my house has kids that will take them if you need them. Go somewhere.
I am thinking about this year because no one in the house really likes pumpkin pie.
I hate
So
pumpkin
I'm
pie.
this year I'm thinking about making apple and mini cherry pies. Because did you eat your apple pie?
No, it's still in the fridge. It's still sitting in there.
I worked my butt off for these pies. I made mini pies. I made the mini like 5-inch like ones
And I
that go
even
in those
put it to where I
boxes.
could find it, and it got shoved to the back of the fridge because we were putting stuff in
I
there.
made mini pumpkin pies and mini apple pies.
Yeah.
And this one did not even eat it.
No, I will eat a cherry pie for Thanksgiving.
You better.
Because I'm also going to buy me the Edwards Hershey chocolate pie. I'm only going to get the small pieces.
I'll eat a pumpkin pie. I'll just, how about this? I'll make like a bunch of pumpkin pies and bring them to you guys.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time I've made something. Justin was joking because somebody was like, "Oh, was talking to somebody at work, and somebody was like, "Oh, what does Abby prefer doing?" And he goes, "She likes baking." And they're like, "Oh, what do you like that she bakes for you?" And he goes, "She doesn't bake for me. She cooks for me. She bakes for everybody else."
Excuse me. Sorry. Air pocket. Thomas and I can always adopt pies.
Well, then, and I was like,
Excuse me.
every time I make something, because I don't eat what I make. Very rarely do I eat what I make. And so, like the pies, I'll do that because it's like Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But,
What, Willow? You did not make your guest appearance today,
oh,
ma'am.
come
Come
here.
on.
Come on.
No, come here. Willow.
Come here.
I'm trying to get Willow up here. She didn't make a
Guest appearance.
She didn't make a guest appearance. Come here, Willow. Come here, mamas. Come here. You can get through there. It does not take a scientist to figure out how to do so. Come on. Come on. Oh, for crying out loud. No, you put your tail down. You farted at me last time. Come on. Come here, mamas. Come on. Come on. Hey, turn around. Don't tell me no. All night last night. Hello? Hello?
I think it's because I wasn't
Hello?
home either. I think it's a little bit of when none of us are home, she's now started to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yay, Willow made an appearance.
Woo! She's done. We got an appearance from Tataru and Willow.
Hi. I'm a love bug.
And a slight appearance from Hermione.
She's been being a bully here lately to Mulan. What a bully. What?
She's like, I could never be a bully. Look how cute and adorable I am.
Hey, Thomas says hi, Willow.
Also, this earlier today, she was like, Willow's getting bigger.
Yeah. Willow butt. No Willow butt yet. Hang on. She might. Who knows? What are you doing? She might not do it because we always tell her no Willow butt. Come here. You want the table there too, so you don't fall off. Come here.
I'm trying to trigger Willow butt, but
Literally, Willow butt. But hey, wait, almost. Wait.
Let me push a little bit.
There
we
it
go.
People are gonna be like, "What is wrong with those two?" Willow butt. You got Willow butt. You do Willow butt. This one is my protector, though. I'll tell you that much. She's the only one that kind of sleeps in the room. Don't tell her that I said hi to Willow. She will get mad. What are you doing? We're not gonna bully sister, so stop. All right, kids.
Okay.
We've been sitting here saying that we're gonna get off, and then we just keep going.
Yeah.
Come on, you
All
gotta
right.
move. Cause I can move the table. Go over that way. Go over that way. Keep going. Come here. Over here. There you go. Oop, don't knock that off, please. All right, kids.
All right.
We will see you tomorrow. On TikTok. Not on here, but on TikTok. Again, keep an eye out. I will let you guys know and give you a heads up when I open the whole store for the t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to at least have maybe how many designs you think?
4.
4 or 5 to start out,
Mhm.
just to give an idea and see how it goes. Who knows? Walmart,
We'll see.
make money off of t-shirts. But so yeah, well, I'll keep you guys keep you informed of when I open that up because it will be posted on Facebook and probably TikTok and Instagram. So everybody have a good night. We will see you tomorrow on TikTok. Um, I don't think we can schedule it because it'll be off of
Yeah.
her TikTok. So because it won't let us go live on ours until we get so many subscribers.
Yeah.
So guys, have a good night. Love you all. Thank you, Thomas and Angela, for jumping on
Bye,
here.
guys.
And thanks for the 1 thumbs up. Whoever gave that. Have a good evening. Bye.
Bye.
Pedro says
Bye.
bye. My favorite t-shirt, by the way.